cult of personality. The cult of personality. The cult of personality.
Welcome back to the Cult of Personality podcast, hosted by yours truly once again, Mikeymcchoppa. And with us today, we have a brand new special face. With me today is Elevator.
What's good, man?
Welcome to the pod.
You know the vibes are going up today.
It's fucking lit. I'm honestly really excited about this because, you know, I've known about you for some time. You're a very motivated, very driven individual. I feel like anytime I'm on Instagram and I like see your story, you're like talking your shit or like really putting out some like good work, and I'm like, I want to learn about this guy. I want to learn about like your come up, or your work ethic, kind of all that shit, you know?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. So, what you been up to so far?
Well, lately, I mean, if you've been paying attention, I haven't dropped any music this year. Specifically, I've been letting the last couple stuff marinate. The last project I dropped was Going Up 5, and every year pretty much I put up Going Up mixtape. That was the first mixtape I do, but this last one was the last one.
Oh shit!
So no more Going Up mixtapes. We're up now.
Out of how many?
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, now we're up, and then 2 or 3 of them got deluxe versions. So I'm not just
extra
just 2
tracks and shit.
Yeah, Going Up 2 and Going Up 4 both have deluxe versions.
Nice.
Hell yeah. But yeah, I haven't dropped anything this year because honestly, like, I haven't felt like anybody really deserves to listen to music right now.
Yo, bro, in these times, that's facts.
That's straight up. Like,
why do you feel that way?
Like, you know, I feel like the word isn't underappreciated because, like, honestly, I feel like exactly just as appreciated as I should be. Like, but I just feel like with the climate of, like, the music industry, to get somebody to care about your music more than just, like, the day of the release and then maybe a couple weeks afterwards,
right,
it takes marinating. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to listen to Elevator, go listen to Elevator. I dropped 7 fucking albums last year.
Holy
like, you know what I'm
shit.
saying? Like, y'all if y'all really want to listen to Elevator, I got 300 songs published. You can't, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and like, I got something for everybody too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like being diverse, and this past year, I kind of like, I was just really polishing my pen, you know, freestyling, rapping, just really like focusing on that kind of stuff. Been doing a lot of like no auto-tune tracks.
Nice. And
stuff like that too. But this next project I got coming out, I'm gonna drop really soon. Like, you might be surprised just how soon. You know, the way I drop sometimes it's just like I'll be gone for a while and then out of nowhere I'm just flooding the market again.
That's how you do it. I feel like otherwise, like, if you like are releasing OD all the time, like, eventually you're like oversaturating yourself. Mm-hmm. People are gonna be like, oh, it's this guy again.
Yeah, straight up. I've just been focusing on building that brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, with the stickers, with the name, just online, getting the website like situated and all that. Like, I finally got to a point where it's like, all right, I could go heavy on the content. I could go heavy on the drops, knowing that if I just funnel it all to my website, like, I can make some dollars too because I make all my merch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nice. And you also are doing like you host shows as well, right?
Hell yeah.
So how's that going as well?
It's going good. We got a show in 2-3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. On the 17th, Thursday the 17th.
Nice.
It's gonna be on the Lower East Side. Everybody gotta pop out. Matt Ox is gonna be headlining, and then we got Nisha Tentachi versus Young Blasian. As far as a special event, they're gonna be boxing each other. Yeah, for the chance to win $250 and to do a solo set for the performances. So we're just trying to do something different. You know what I'm saying?
A boxing match. I fuck with that. Mm-hmm. You don't need any like special permit for that? Is this like some underground fight club shit? Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, no. Like, boxing itself is actually very, very regulated. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'd be surprised. You could just host a normal like MMA fight a lot easier than you could host a boxing match, because boxing is like super officiated. It's boxing and like horse racing are like super like government like officiated shit. So it's like, if anything, just like, it's just an artist powwow. Like, they're just throwing hands at the end of the day.
We're just letting these guys fucking...
Yeah, we just not letting them kick each other because fuck, this is not no death match either. You know what I'm saying? But we got Crooklyn. They're going to be judging. Got this girl from LA I met. She might be judging. Hopefully, if she can make it out. And then, shit, if you want to judge, that'd be cool. I don't know if you're into boxing like that.
I would love to. I mean, I'm more into boxing than the MMA, and I am Boricua, so I would love to judge.
Yeah, you and Crooklyn will be up there, little judges, and then hopefully we get that girl from LA too. It'll be cool. But yeah, it's also gonna be limited events, like 100 tickets, 150 tickets.
That's dope.
Because the venue's a little small, so we want to be able to make it packed but comfortable. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
shit.
saying?
Lower East Side, Matthew Ox. That's
Yeah.
lit, man. Matt Ox, man.
Real rage pioneer, bro. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, facts, bro. That's another thing. Like, I've been switching my business to a nonprofit, Real Rage.
Nice.
I feel like over time, like all I want to do for Real Rage is like make it a platform where people could just put their art out on and then just like get paid from it. Like, I don't really need to like. I just want to be able to facilitate anything, and that's the only cut I take from shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody was dropping like sound packs or like hosting like shows and stuff, like help them put on for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I want to open up an event space. That's my next big project.
Oh, cool. That's
Yeah.
dope.
That one's a little tougher, but definitely like with the community, bro. Everybody's like, we all need this. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody could be throwing shows. Everybody like who's got stuff to sell got stuff to sell. Like, I want to be throwing fashion bazaars. I'm like low key in the fashion world too. I've done fashion shows and stuff.
Nice. How
before,
many
too.
of those have you done?
I've done one, but I sold out, and this was down in Charleston. They're not really big into like hip hop in Charleston. It's a really like whitewashed town, but like they love parties and they love all this stuff, and so it's like my girl was working at this like restaurant at the time, like some fine dining restaurant.
Nice.
And then we got permission to do like a fashion streetwear hip hop show in the back, and so like with no warning, like these people just eating dinner, we come in and set up and start like speakers like blasting all this shit, red carpet out, and like we got sold out to a point like people just still kept walking in like and just like standing on the side just to like watch like a fashion show.
Yeah,
there was only
dope.
like 3 or 4 designers, like, but a bunch of like designs and stuff. So I might be debuting a couple that I didn't put that on the poster for the Matt Ox show, the Underground Rodeo, but we're gonna be opening up with a fashion show. We're gonna be opening up with some exclusive looks from Jenny Rose.
Nice.
She's got her brand Rawr, little dinosaur vibes. You know what I'm saying? Rawr. Tell you shit.
That's sick, bro. So this is kind of like, how would you say it? Like a cultural, like, extravaganza. Like, it's like a real about the culture. There's music, there's boxing, there's fashion.
Facts.
You have your hand in a lot of pots. You know, how do you... Shit, man. Honestly, I'll ask the main question, and from there we'll dig into it because it itches my brain. So, elevator. The name, the image, the aura, the energy, pretty much. How did you get into all these endeavors? How did it start from the very beginning? Kind of like an origin story from here to now.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Well, so I guess I'll kind of work backwards on it. I've always had this vision for something bigger than just music. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like culture is a combination. Like, the Holy Trinity is like music, fashion, and art.
Right.
And then like from that, like you get videos when you combine art and music. You get like aura and aesthetic when you combine music and fashion. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that.
I agree.
And then when you combine art and fashion, you get crazy shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like those all just work together, whether it's an art gallery, fashion show. So as far as like working backwards, I used to throw parties. Like, I went to college, I was just throwing mad parties. Like, everybody knew
Real
if you wanted
Ragers.
to go. Yeah, exactly. Real Ragers. Back 2016 to 2018 in Charleston, if you were there, bro, like, you know where you were going to go party, and it was anywhere else on the party. And like, people would pull up. We had to like start charging at the door because the parties got too crazy. People would like even come up like offering like tributes. They'd be like, I got like 2 grams. I don't have any, like, I don't got $20, but I got 2 grams. I'm like, fuck it, bro. You got backwoods. It was people pulling up like, you do coke, like bro, what? Like, people trying to like
Barter.
People trying to barter like hard drugs just to get into my party is insane. I'm like,
That's
my
gangster.
people do this shit. Fuck it, man. Like, I gotta take care of my people too.
Are you from Charleston, or are you just involved
I moved there. So my dad was military. So I'm really from everywhere. I've moved everywhere. I haven't lived in one place more than like 4 or 5 years at a time. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I guess I'm good at meeting new people and stuff, but it's also why I'm like restless. I don't want to stay in one place. Even New York. I love New York, capital of the world, but I don't want to stay here forever. I just want to set up bases everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I've just been grinding the East Coast. I used to live in Florida. So yeah, just like working backwards, like I said, how do I got my feet in all these endeavors? It's because before I was a rapper, I was an opera singer. I was really like in the classical world as far as like art, like, you know what I'm saying, like music, theater, you know what I'm saying, like just I was never really a big musical theater guy, but I loved opera.
Nice.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's like musical theater. But I thought like the voice faculty in Charleston was just way too pretentious. They were the type of people that like they wouldn't even like the choir members to like join a cappella groups because it's not the right way to train your voice, blah blah blah, to use your voice. Like you'll be learning in the wrong direction. Like, bro, chill, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so I switched my major to music theory composition because I was always really really good at music theory. Like I'll give my like high school classmates like their quizzes. Like my teacher would just be like, yo, I got some shit to grade. Like you just give out the quiz. I'd be like, fuck yeah.
Damn, so you're like a star performer. That's pretty dope, bro. Where shit, I got a couple.
But yeah,
questions.
so I moved from Charleston before this. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Where did the name Elevator come from?
Because I'm always going up.
Hey.
Yeah, facts. No, but it came from... So I used to go by Trippy Sack. When I was living in Florida, 2020, I became Elevator. So before that, I went by Trippy Sack with a $. And I love singing melodies and rapping and stuff, but I didn't want anybody to think I'm, like, biting Trippy Red or anything.
Right.
It's also funny because, like, my boy has this cannabis brand called Trippy Hippie Conglomerate, THC.
Nice.
And so it was just all kind of like working together, and it still is. But like, I had this record label that I changed the name to Elevator Jams because I was super into lo-fi, and like my vision was to create like a record label that worked like the classical music studios did in college, and I'll go into that in a second. But the vision was, you know what I'm saying, like producers in their own like home production studios working under this umbrella of Elevator Jams. And the producers are the ones that I'm signing, and then the producers themselves take on artists at their own pro bono. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You can go ahead and do sessions like for pay and this, that, the other. But whenever you find artists you resonate with, sign them to your studio, and let's start developing them as a group. And then like once a week, once a month, we all come together from our different studios and share what we've made and showcase each other.
Nice.
Literally like a classical music program at a college. Like you'd be broken up into different voice teachers, and you'd be working on your solo performance things. And a lot of times different teachers are teaching the same solo songs. You know what I'm saying? Two tenors are going to sing the same song. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to every week, you would go with all your studio mates, everybody who shares the same teacher as you.
Right.
And they would sing in front of each other, and at the end literally just give feedback. Like literally critical fucking feedback. I really like this, but it seems like you're gasping for breath when you're performing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, try to focus on breathing, or like find spaces to take your breath so that your performance looks a little more seamless.
Right.
Like, introducing that into the scene and having that kind of like discourse is better than just like, we have a show and everybody did great. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, let's practice, rehearse in private and give each other that critical feedback so that
room for improvement.
We really do great during the shows. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, facts, room for improvement.
I like that a lot. It's very like
just giving a space. You know what I'm saying? Because like during the big performances, you're not trying to hear feedback about, oh, you could have done this better. No, like this was the show. What are you talking about? Like, sure, I could always do better. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's
but like,
over.
It'd be cool to have that space to just, this is where we're giving each other feedback.
You're right. So
and yeah, so I named myself Elevator off the Elevator Jams label.
Nice, which is dope. And so implementing that, taking it from like college and stuff, or like school, and implementing it into your label. How do you implement that into the scene like now? Are you still keeping up with that like structure? Have you updated it?
So I come from smaller towns, so working together, like, New York is cool because everybody can just do their job. Like,
right.
you could be more specialized in your thing. But pretty much everything I've ever had to ever learn how to do was because somebody said they could do it and they couldn't, and I had to learn how to do it myself.
Right.
Making beats, engineering, shooting videos, throwing shows, booking shows, like all these things. Oh, we can do this. We can do. I need it done now, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, I just had to learn how to do it. And then I figured, okay, if I'm learning and I can be of service to others, they're going to remember whenever I have a personal project. They're going to be like, oh, he did a really good job mixing my album. Let me see how his new music sounds. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so that's how I've like developed relationships. But it's also very important what you dedicate your time doing, because it's like you are what you eat.
Right.
And like every day, every second you're consuming life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, what we're doing right now is part of like literally our story. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the way I see it is like, I can't fall into the side quest too long of, okay, I'm engineering other artists.
Right.
I love engineering other artists. I've learned a lot from engineering other artists, and I'll probably always engineer other artists just as I have that skill. You know what I'm saying? But do I want to pigeonhole myself into being an engineer and making that my only source of income? Hell nah. You know what I'm saying? So how do I want to make money? I want to make money off of my music, my royalties. So how do you do that? You literally learn about it. You literally just learn the playing field, and then just apply your knowledge. Like, easy. Register your songs, and then once your songs are making money, you just collect. But if your songs aren't registered to collect, how are you gonna make money?
Right.
You're gonna get that 100% royalties from DistroKid, but that's only 100% of the pie that they get.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They only got like a little slice of the pie. You have a whole pie that DistroKid isn't even allowed to collect.
Right.
You know?
And so what do you register? As in, like, you trademark it, or why do you register these songs?
I don't mean like copyright registration, because like when you make something, you inherently have copyright.
Right.
And you should copyright your songs, but really whenever you register copyrights, that's for your own legal protection. If somebody steals your song, you can't really do shit about it unless you have the copyrights.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could still try to sue them, but it's just going to be a pain in the ass. Like, they're not really going to go for it. But registering music, as far as like with the collection agencies like BMI/ASCAP for your performance royalties, Sound Exchange for non-interactive digital royalties, and then the MLC for mechanical royalties. It used to be, I think, Harry Fox Agency that did that, but now it's the government made it the MLC. You know what I'm saying, with the Music Modernization Act or whatever. But so yeah, I mean, those are just the big three. Once you register your songs, you can make money. And word to the wise, bro, I have friends who have had opportunities on the table and weren't even able to take them because they would be at liability if they took your song, even if they paid you, because they couldn't really pay you if your songs weren't registered. So you could potentially sue them for not paying you, and they don't want to deal with that liability.
Chance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So register your music if you want fucking sync licenses, if you want, you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. Like, that's important. Like, and just like, you don't really have to be a lawyer. You don't have to like this, that, the other. You just have to know the business you're in, and you have to just see beyond what already exists. Like, there's a billion ways to make money with music. You could sell sample packs, you could teach others how to make music, you could engineer, you could make beats, and then on top of that you could sell songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen people walk into the studio, pay for studio time, and do nothing but hum, like like on a 2-track, because they're like, no, this is my gig, this is how I get paid, my bread and butter. I'm selling these songs to like Empire later tonight. What do you mean these songs? These songs. He just wrote a melody.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That is a song. He didn't have to write down lyrics for him to make a song.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So, but then you also have to, again, be knowledgeable about what it means to what's a song and all this other shit. And that's like just conversations and words, like, you know what I'm saying? And so as long as you know what you could bring to the table, you can sell it. You know what I'm saying? You can't let these people play in your face talking about, what do you mean you just hum blah blah blah? I'm like, yeah, and you want to buy it. You know what I'm saying? And I copyrighted it because I know you're gonna steal it. Like, whatever. Like, yeah, like, even if it's just some mumbling on a track, like, people, you'd be surprised, especially in China. They do, I think, music business differently. I've heard of people selling songs on Red Note. Like
That's
selling
crazy.
songs. Like, I haven't done it, I haven't seen, but like, they actually purchase songs a lot more. They're not like, in rap, nobody could write your lyrics. Songs are a little bit different. R&B, maybe. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. That's not in their like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to sell your music, go hit up the Chinese people, bro. Like, get on Red Note. Like, you feel me? They're buying. They're buying.
That's lit. Yo, man. And so, where did you get all this musical knowledge, or like this business aspect of like the music knowledge, in the sense of like, was it through school or just kind of like thugging?
Well, alright, so I dropped out of college at Charleston after my sophomore year. My mom's like, get a job or go back to school. So then I transferred to Full Sail. Nice. We did have like a music business class in there, but just being around all these people that were about the business, like, it was a 180 from being in Charleston, always partying, doing drugs, this, that, the other. It's like, it's like, nah, I'm focused on my career. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not a fucking drug addict, blah, blah, blah. I'm an artist, and I'm not even judging myself for what I did in the past. That helped me to real shows now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just evolving, you know what I'm saying? And so that's how it started. And then, like, sorry, repeat the question one more time so it's just on topic.
No, it's just, how do you get all this knowledge of the business aspect of music?
Yeah, so like, just like living in the industry, living in the music industry, you know what I'm saying? Because like, the music business is so unique to any other business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have 2 copyrights per song, and then not only that, there's the show side of things, and then the crossovers with all the other art. This is not only just music business, this is entertainment business. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to like make content, and even if you don't make, like, you don't let them fool you. You don't have to like post and make content. You just have to have something for other people to post. Like, some conversation needs to be generated around you.
Right.
And so just like existing in the space, you just learn through osmosis. You learn through trial and error, and you learn because one day is gonna come when you're gonna decide, bro, I've been doing the same thing over and over again, and I feel like I haven't gotten any results. And then you're either gonna do something about it, or you're gonna decide, you know what, this is a hobby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or like, I don't find joy in this anymore. Like, if you don't find joy in this anymore, pursue your joy. You know what I'm saying? But like, if like it's like a giving up thing, it's like, nah, you got to figure it out, because you have to do that service to yourself in the past. Like, they got you here, so you have to, you know what I'm saying, like, not let them down. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, your past self. So it was just as simple as like, I'm gonna just learn. I'm gonna just watch YouTube videos. I'm gonna like go back and read the music business stuff that they taught me in college. You know what I'm saying? It was super basic intro to music business, but they at least talked about, you know, PA versus SR. You know what I'm saying? The two different copyrights, and then how you can monetize that. You know what I'm saying? Once you know what are the things you're actually selling, you can start thinking, oh, I could sell fucking birds chirping to some fucking film studio that needs birds chirping for their movie. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they'll pay like $50 for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's people that have an entire career just with mobile, like Zoom, field recording stuff, and they love to travel, so it's literally just looking at it and being creative. They go to exotic places like Cambodia and shit.
You're like a Foley artist.
Yeah, exactly. No, they go places where you can only hear these animals. Mm-hmm. Like, they go to Colombia where you can only hear the of the like coquito. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And it's like they go out there knowing they could sell these sounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're just capturing natural sounds that's like, you can't get this in America. Right. I dedicated my life to travel and find these fucking shits for y'all to make cinematic ass movies. Like, imagine those sounds in Avatar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People pay money for this. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, you got your sounds in a movie, and you didn't even have to touch the movie. Gangster, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then on that same thing, it's like credit, and then like people like, when you're starting out, it's a lot of like, I sell beats, but like, what does selling mean? Like that's what I'm trying to talk about. It's like, are you selling a beat, or are you licensing it? And it sounds so like so mundane and so petty, and like, who cares? Right. I'm just making money. I'm just selling beats. And yeah, I mean, when I'm at the studio, I'm not specifying, you want to license it or not sell it? No, I'm just like, yo, 2 for $1, $300. You want to buy my beats? Like, listen, like, if you like them, let me know. And so, but then when the paper, you're not selling your copyrights to an artist. That's ridiculous. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're selling them a copy, basically, unless they're buying an exclusive. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even an exclusive, you're not selling your copyright. Right. You're selling them an exclusive license. You're the only one who could use this. You know, or you're the only one that I am licensing this to. Right. That doesn't even mean I can't use it. I still own the copyright. Right. I could revoke this at any time. I could cancel our contract in good faith of whatever the contract says. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, yeah. And so again, just knowing, like, I don't even remember like what exactly like led me down that. Yeah, no, it was just, I've always had to do it because nobody else was gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a manager, you don't go and ask for a manager. Like, they're gonna rip you off. They're gonna start charging you money where really you're looking for artist services. That's different. They can provide artist services, pay them for artist services, but nobody, like, you shouldn't pay somebody to be your manager. Somebody should manage you, and like, they get a percentage, because I don't know, but
no, that's pretty fair. It's like a piece of the pie. If I'm not making shit, how are you gonna make shit for real? You know? Yeah. But to take it a step back. Yeah. From all this, you know, just some early inspirations, or even how you just like really first got your first steps into art creating, etc.
When A$AP Rocky dropped the A$AP Forever video, I was like, fuck this shit, bro. I'm not playing around with this anymore. I'm a rapper now. I'm gonna be a rapper, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've always been in music since I was a kid, but like, A$AP Rocky, like that video, the gang, and with the shots, I was just like mesmerized, shots, bro. Yeah, that was like really formative. That whole era of like 2016 SoundCloud, it just opened my eyes. Again, it was just experience. I've always done music since I was legit. I've always like been on the bus freestyling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I never viewed this as an actual career path because I didn't know it was. I'm just growing up in public school, fucking thinking I'm gonna join DECA. Like I joined DECA, and then I go to give a speech at freshman orientation, and I have a deep voice. So I'm like, "Good morning, everybody." And then Mr. Bennett's like, "Oh yeah, we need him in choir." Like, you know what I'm saying? He put me in choir, changed my life. Like I was in band before, but like I wasn't really like, I didn't know this was gonna be my fucking life. And then like after school one day, we have this rehearsal where we're locked in on the harmonies, like the emotion that we're feeling from the music that we're making in private is so powerful. We're all bursting into tears as one. You know what I'm saying? Like it's unexplainable unless you've done it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like we also acknowledge like this might not happen on stage. This is for us. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to perform on stage knowing what we did in the choir room during rehearsal. We know how, like, you know what I'm saying? And like that moment, literally, I was like, I'm going to do music for life. I didn't even really know I was going to make beats or be a rapper or throw shows and shit. But I was like, this is the direction I have to go on. And I believe in God. And I feel like wherever God is guiding, God is providing. And so like, he just like nooks me along this way, nooks me along that way. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was in college and I'm pursuing music, doing what I thought I was gonna be doing, choir. Like I was thinking I'm gonna get a doctorate one day and be a college professor and teach music theory, composition. Like, and God's like, nah, you don't want to do that. You're not really learning in composition. You're really just like partying. And like, bro, this is so counterintuitive to what people think like all this stuff is. But like, I'm over here just noticing my life, and I'm noticing everything is a distraction. And then so I start going into spiritual research. I'm reading the Emerald Tablets. I'm learning about different cultures, Hinduism, Islam. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting deeper into the Bible. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like, I'm just like taking everything in and discerning for myself what resonates. You know what I'm saying? And like, not only what resonates, but like, because sometimes you could have your own bias, but like what checks out across all like these things. Like for example, one of the common misconceptions is that Hinduism is a polytheistic religion. They believe actually it's a monotheistic religion where all these like, it's like Catholics and saints. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they have little guys that, oh, sana parezco que se parezca. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lost my shit. Like, can you help me find it? But it's like, I don't know, to like a Puritan, they'd be like, oh my God, you're praying to a saint. You should never pray to anybody but the whole Most High God. Like, bro, you don't get it, bro. It's all culture. And like, I digress. But like, I was like, I need your help getting me back on topic.
Shit. It was just kind of like your early inspirations.
The inspirations.
Yeah.
Yeah, ASAP Forever, and then Tyler Creator and ASAP. Like I remember hearing Yonkers for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Changed my life.
Yeah.
I was like in 8th grade. It was between the summer of 8th grade and 9th grade. I was a jit. And my friend's mom plays this in her minivan, so like it was like longer and like the bass like just like felt crazy. I was like, what, bro? Like I'm a fucking walk pair. I'm like, yeah, this is my whole new personality.
That's such a canon event. Literally, like middle school shit. Like watching Tyler the Creator videos. Like, oh shit,
Facts.
this is
and
some
then right around that,
shit.
my boy put me on ASAP. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to Goldie. You know, Peso. Like that kind of shit. Like that was a good era. Like 2012, 2013. Just being a kid, bro. Like, and then like 2016. Like I said, I'm seeing the SoundCloud era in my face. And again, like if I could see somebody else doing it, I'm like, I could do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what it is. Like, clothes, fashion, art. And so it's like, damn, bro. Like, they're having fun, bro. And like, they're just being themselves. And like, that was like, I want to do that. And like, you know, sometimes you start this thing because like, oh, I want to be famous. I want to make money, blah, blah, blah. But then the work itself purifies you and humbles you. They're like, you start doing this and like, cool, like, it's for fun, but then it's like music weeds out the people that it doesn't need on its team. Like music itself is a spirit that like that you need to interact with. Like music is all around us at all times. Like we are music. Right. Like energy is light is music. You know what I'm saying? Like sound, light, energy, like just different frequencies and vibrations, bro. And then another thing is like people want to act like low frequencies means like evil frequencies, but the truth is it's literally just a spectrum, bro. How are you gonna tell me like cold is better than hot or hot is better than cold? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
right.
like
In different
bass
situations
is important, and like so is treble, like and so obviously different frequencies. I feel like what they mean is like different frequencies can be like not harmonic with you, you know what I'm saying? And this like people just have to notice this, like nothing is inherently good or bad, it just works or it doesn't, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. It's like an equation more so. Like, you know, whatever adds up. It's not like number could be bad. It's just whatever the fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro. I really like that. I like your, how would I say it? Your perspective of like all this shit, you know? It's like the...
Oh, yeah.
Because I think every aspect, there's so many different aspects of everything, obviously. Everything. I feel like everything's a spectrum. But when it comes to art and music, like, there's a business side, there's a spiritual side, there's an artistic side, like, you know, however, like, you want to say it, like, creative side, you know? And it's just like to nurture to all those aspects of the art is like very important, you know? Very important to talk about even too, so people can even like perceive it for what it is rather than like, oh, I'm just goofing off, you know?
It's important, exactly like I said, nurture all the parts of the art.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't be one dimensional, you can't be one sided. And like maybe that's why I've been put into situations to learn all these things, knowing that I'm gonna eventually come to a place where I could just relax and do my thing.
Right.
Just so I could like see, hey, you're doing this right? Okay, that's how I like it. You know what I'm saying? Being able to even just tell, like, engineers respect when their artist knows exactly what they want. Like, hey, could you throw on this specific plugin? Okay, could you drop down a little bit in the high mids, like maybe around 500 or 1,000 hertz? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that. Like, we appreciate that because it's like we don't have to do the guessing game. If you have something specific artistic in mind, we just execute.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man. And then also like, what's it called? Yeah, nurturing all parts of it. Like, I had to get away from dropping beats for a while because two things. Like I said, what you do is what you are. You know what I'm saying? It's really hard actually to balance being a producer artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody's Pierre Bourne, Kanye West, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
And it's like, the thing is, we have a lot of like people that are talented, but the thing is like, as far as the come up and the grind and all this stuff goes, you know Ian Triplin? Well, he made beats. I think Can also made beats. But they rapped, you know what I'm saying? And like, honestly, I heard about them as rappers before I heard about them as producers. Because, alright, producers don't listen to producers because they're not buying beats. Like, you know what I'm saying? They listen to learn and to have inspiration and this, that, the other. But like, if I'm sending my beats to all producers, I'm not making a sale. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why are they buying my beats? Like, they're trying to sell beats too.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, you can sell them loops. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So nurturing every little aspect of the art. You know, the knowledge is important. The raps are important. The content is important. And that's another reason why I haven't dropped this year yet, is because I've been trying to nurture the brand. I've been always really big about branding, but I've really been trying to nurture it and get it to a point where it's like, it's good. Like, I don't have to worry about it. It stands for itself, and I'm clear on what the brand means. The brand is elevated and distinguished. Like, you know what I'm saying? What does it mean to be up? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm above anybody. I'm just saying I'm above the bullshit. And if you want bullshit, then you just below me. That's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Like, and so, yeah, man. Another thing with up, big up, like, bro, when you're in space, there's no left, right, down, up. You're one point in space, every direction is up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, forward, back, everywhere is up from a single point. And so, like, that's like a whole, like, philosophy, like the tattoos and all that shit. Like,
I like how much spiritual, or like, you know, however you want to like perceive it or say it. Like, I just like how much like meaning you have behind everything you do. You know, I think most of the time, majority of the time, personally, I think it's very important to like carry something that like keeps you rooted or like keeps you like connected, you know, because if you're just doing something with like no substance or it's kind of empty, like it's whack. 100%. I think it's dope that you keep like that elevated vibe. I wanted to ask, when it comes to either marketing or just the overall journey of Elevator, how did you move it from this, like, you know, you talk about changing your name in 2020, how did you move it from like this lo-fi themed like record structure kind of thing to now like your complete brand, like Elevators on the culture shows and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, I always like rapping as far as that, and I still made beats even after you know, just kind of got away from lo-fi. I'm not even really lo-fi. I still make lo-fi.
Did you start off as a producer or a vocalist? Or, like, how did you start off, like, in...
Really? They're both at the same time. Because, like, we used to just freestyle in the car. We would hotbox and freestyle on our breaks from this shitty pizzeria with this shitty manager who was banging the owner. That was the only reason she was a manager. And, like,
hate shit like that.
Yeah, bro. And, like, we was just ranting. And then we were like, oh, bro, we could really do this one day. We could really do this. And then, like, I remember my boy from college, he was working at Ableton. You know what I'm saying? And then my other boy, he had Logic, the one that I was freestyling with. So I'm like, okay, you got Logic and he got Ableton, so I'm gonna get Ableton. So we got Logic and Ableton. Like, so I started learning Ableton, how to make beats, blah blah blah. Then I also got Logic. When I ended up getting a new computer, it just came with Logic, and then that one was cool. And then my boy gave me FL. So
what do you like the most out of the three?
Definitely Ableton, for beats, and then for recording vocals, Pro Tools, 1,000,000% Pro Tools. But I like my workflow on Ableton. The FL workflow, I don't know how people claim that it's easier. It's not easier. It's like you gotta right click and cut sample and cut itself, and like how nah, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, it's really just drag and drop in Ableton. It's really like one tool. It's not an array of tools. It's the pencil tool or the pointer tool. Like, I don't know. But again, I digress. Like, on Pro Tools, that one's a little bit more complicated technically, but the shortcuts, amazing for recording artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, that one made me a really fast engineer, bro. Like, that's why I consider myself a top engineer. Is like, people fuck with me because they know they could catch a vibe and they won't lose it with me. A lot of engineers get into a habit of making it silent in the studio. Oh, you want to do this again? Okay, let me pause the fucking music for 30 seconds and do all these edits and make you lose your vibe. And then, are you ready? Well, I forgot what the fuck I was saying, so no, I'm not ready. Now I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, so whenever I train up my interns, my apprentices, like, I make sure that that's one of the first things that I teach them, is how to keep the vibe alive in the studio. Like, you know what I'm saying? How to work in silence. Because the best engineers, you don't even know what they're doing in the background. Like, they just work and you never even hear them working. You just, like, they do some things like behind the scenes.
One of the cats.
Oh, you're good. They just do some things behind the scenes, and then they just keep the vibe going. They do the things that you need them to do before they ask for them, and they know what you want them to do before you know. Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I get it. Yeah. So that's dope, man. Like, that's dope. You know. So, like, shit. People should take a word or two from you, man. You've been doing this shit for a minute and stuff. But what I was gonna say, to bring it back to my original question, you know. The whole marketing at Elevator and like moving from the lo-fi vibe to now. Yeah,
honestly, we gotta thank my ex for that. She broke my heart. July 2020. That's when I became Elevator. I was like, Trippy Sack got to die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trippy Sack's a little soft, but like we are also gonna come on Elevator, like, evolving the softness. Like, and this is the whole thing about Elevator, is like, you're always going up. Highs and lows are an illusion because we're always going up.
Right.
And it's not a you really are always going up. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, the highs and lows that we perceive are just for you to work within, if that makes sense. As long as you know that every loss is a lesson and every victory, like, to take it humbly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then, like, there's no way you could ever go down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when you're down, like, you'll know, like, hey, man, either I deserve this or, like, this is something great's about to happen. Like,
yeah,
like, you know
so
what I'm
true.
saying? Like, you just learn, bro. And then, so, yeah, that's, like, when Trippy Sack died, Elevator came through. And, like, I used to make, I don't want to say, like, soft music. Like, I still rapped and I had some hard music. But, like, the soft music that I made was a lot more lo-fi-ish. Like, we're talking about, like, XXX style, like lo-fi raps. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, like, that was, like, the whole thing, that era. Like, lo-fi was huge between 2016 and 2019. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I loved lo-fi. Like, I made lo-fi beat tapes. I put out a couple beat tapes, and I'm also going to put another one out this year. But, so I've never gone away from the producing. But, when I was coming on the mic, the first song I dropped was Pressed. I made the beat, and the hook is, she a bad bitch, but she mad all the time. She a bad bitch, but she sad all the time. And I was like, damn. Like, you're like, you're soft, but you're hard. Pause. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Like, that shit was just, like, some, like, Juice WRLD vibes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, still being inspired by ASAP and Tyler, but I found my voice in that generation of Uzi X. Like if you would listen to my music, it sounds kind of like a blend of like Uzi X with a little bit of like Young Thug, honestly. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like these eras of music you're talking about are very complementary too. Like I feel like it's like Pitchfork era to like SoundCloud era to like
they're all connected.
Yeah, obviously.
We took a history of music, recorded music in what's it called, in college, and we had a project where it's like trace these songs back to like their inspirations. And like look how far back, like that one song Tony Tone where A$AP Rocky mentions Salt and Pepper. My mic sounds nice. My mic sounds nice. Like that's like referencing like fucking the 1900s, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you look at it, like 1900s. But like,
no, yeah.
And then like I was born in the 1900s, so don't come for me. I'm not. But anyways, they and then they got inspiration from fucking like the soul era, or even like before that the big band era. And so it's like the way all these eras, like you said, are complementary. Yeah, man. Yeah, 100%, bro.
And so like you taking all these like little aspects of each thing, you know, as you were growing up as an artist,
where I fit in, like in the timeline.
Right. Yeah. It's like a lot. Like it keeps you like rooted to where, like, you know, to where you started. It keeps you like also like
looking forward,
versatile. It keeps you looking forward, and like I feel like it keeps you like, it's dope. I feel like you can't fall out of the sauce if you're just constantly implementing like what your experience is musically, you know.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. And so we talked a lot about the past and like stuff like that. I do have another question as well. As like any other endeavors you've gotten into outside of just like all of it, the show throwing, whatever. I know you said you did videos as well. You know, just a little about that.
Bro, I got something, like I don't know if I should drop it on the podcast, bro, because like I should drop it on the podcast because I need everybody to know I've been on this shit, bro. Like, and people, this is the direction the world is heading in. Like, call me Gary Vee the way I'm about to predict the next 10 years, bro. Like, nah, no funny shit. But, like, basically, I'm working. My biggest project behind the scenes is I'm going to create the first TV network on streaming. I think this is the only direction that content is heading in, and this is the only way to save media.
So,
program television.
A program television, like cable on Twitch type shit? And so... Okay, I like that. I'm
gonna put it like really simply. Like, don't you miss Saturday morning cartoons?
Yes.
If you would have a kid, wouldn't you be sad that you would just have to throw on Netflix and have them binge one cartoon instead of back to back? Get a little variety.
I'll even stop you right now because I recently found out like 2 weeks ago that my Amazon TV has like the fucking live TV thing. So you could just put on a channel and it'll just be episode after episode of whatever the fuck it is. And I'm like, holy shit, I didn't realize how much I missed cable to that moment.
They're smart for getting into that direction. But another thing is all that is still behind a paywall.
Exactly.
You still have to have Amazon Prime. You still have to get a Hulu Plus.
Exactly.
Bro, we're going to do it for free on Twitch. Straight up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, eventually move to, like, a blockchain style. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, fuck anybody owning my shit. Or, like, my platform. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then just working out really good deals with existing successful creators. And successful to me means like consistent, bro. You're on season 7 of your episodes, you're successful. Like, you don't care. I don't care about like views. I don't care about none of that. I care about, are you doing what you fucking want to be doing?
Right.
Like, that's what's important. You know what I'm saying? And if I could provide a platform for your platform, fuck yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like you remember watching Nickelodeon and it's like cartoons, 2 o'clock rolls around and it's a little podcast. They're talking about Kids' Choice Awards. You know what I'm saying? So think about the possibilities. And so it's like, it's the same thing about like, oh, bro, just how we were talking earlier, how did you get into all these different like things? Literally just living and like seeing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see that nobody's done this. Right. I've seen how YouTube has done this.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen how like when you we're Hot Ones, the chicken wing show, right?
Yep.
What's the YouTube channel name for it?
First We Feast, right?
Mm-hmm. And so that's the thing. They have a bunch of other productions which the channel, you know, have. Now, the difference between that and what we're trying to do is like program television versus on demand. When all we had was program television, all we wanted was on demand. Now all that we have is on demand. We need program television. You know what I'm saying?
Keep
like
that balance.
Exactly. That's why people fuck with streamers a lot. But now everybody like Kyson Nat and Speed and all them, they're just another Tosh.0, like, you know what I'm saying, Oprah Winfrey, and like I'm not even diminishing what they're doing because what they're
like
doing
a personality.
It's new. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they're a personality and they have their place within everything. But like we need to blend that kind of like Conan Tonight Show reaction shit with like Tonight, Big Bang Theory, like, but like new independent shit. Like, who says that I need to go get Teen Titans to make this fucking successful?
Right.
Teen Titans is gonna come to me because I'm putting people on.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting on. But how many people grew up like me and you, wanting to be nothing more than a creative? Like, you know what I'm saying? Making the next cartoon, the next Disney show, this,
So
that,
this
the
would
other.
be like the platform, the foundation for a lot of people to get their like.
Exactly. Don't sell out your ideas to Disney. You know, if you work at Disney and you draw a little character on a piece of paper, they own it.
Yeah,
like
that's
on a
it.
little napkin and you throw it away, they own it.
Yeah.
Like, because that's in your contract. Like, fuck that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Everything
I'm
you
not
create
trying to
is
do
ours.
that. I'm trying to give like successful like monetarily, like Bridge Kids, they're funny ass like TV show, but they already got millions of streams on YouTube.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? It's like Smiling Friends. They started on YouTube,
Right.
and I'm sure people are hitting them up to syndicate their shit to Netflix, to Hulu. But I am imagining either the number isn't there, or they just like are so like about their brand that they don't want to give it away for unless it's for free.
Right.
Which I respect that, and so I want to come to them talking about, I'm here to give away your shit for free, just to get more money for you, and you can take 70%. I'll collect 30% for the administration.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm
And it
saying?
keeps
And for
your
the team,
shit going.
it keeps my shit going. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like for me, it's like, bro, we got like a deal with Bridge Kids. They get like $1 million per episode,
Bro, and
like
that shit would be
they're getting an
sick.
extra fucking like revenue stream. I know they're making a ton off YouTube, but you know how much these streamers make, a shit ton, bro. And if we could just do a revenue sharing thing where it's like the same way Twitch stream, like, bro, there has to be a way where it's just like, all right, from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock when we're airing your shit, you're collecting all the subs for this hour. We're also gonna do like a calculation, like we'll figure it out.
You got to keep like the cable politics to it a little bit.
Exactly. We're not changing anything about cable.
Right.
We're just moving it, bro, because
To the modern,
everybody's trying to be Netflix. Everybody's trying to be Hulu. When nobody buys a Boomerang subscription. Who's buying a Boomerang subscription? Unfortunately, that's why cartoons are dying, bro. That's why anime's taking over. Cause shit, if I'm gonna watch any anime, I might as well get a or any cartoon. Might as well
Get a Crunchyroll subscription.
Crunchyroll subscription. You know what I'm saying? And so, same thing. I see the vision. Like, so I'm really particular about saying this right now because the fact is, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen whether I do it or not, and I'm gonna do it. And I hope
It's the collective
people,
consciousness choosing you to execute it.
exactly.
Bro.
And so hopefully I can be the first one to do this. I already have plenty of ideas, and I have some things kind of in work with other people. One of the first things we're going to be doing is going to be a top 20 music video countdown.
I was just about to say, yo,
Yes,
you could
sir.
so
Yes,
make it like
sir.
an MTV vibe because I
Yes,
think
bro.
music videos on TV was such a cool.
Yes.
Yo, music videos fucking suck now because there's no standard for music videos at all. Mm-hmm. No, that's
There's
true.
no emotion behind them. Like, and I get it. A little run and gun, that's fine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just trippy visuals, that's all you need.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, you're right. Like that. People just need content. That's the only reason they're pushing shit out. When people, like you said, there's a standard. Like, no, you're not getting on our shit unless like our fans vote for you or like we put you on. Like, bro, like I'm sorry. Like,
People are gonna start-
we're curators. We're not sellouts, bro. You can't
Right.
just pay to be on our show.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta earn to be on our show. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why people
Real
are gonna
shit.
fuck with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like we could really replace the Grammys, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna
Fuck the
hate. They're gonna
Grammys.
hate me, bro.
Yo, it's
They're gonna hate
time.
me.
It's time. Think about how long these like established things have been established for. Whether you're talking about the Grammys or like Netflix or anything like from decades
Spotify.
to even like the last 20
Eventually,
years.
Spotify is gonna fall too, and I already see it. And I'm not going to tell y'all how, but I already got the idea. The same way I just told you guys this idea, I already know how, and I'm gonna make it happen. But
Spotify's
no
gonna
rush,
fall.
no rush,
For real.
no rush.
I just heard that Spotify started investing in like AI drone technology because of the war, and like.
Hell
As
no.
people were like talking like, oh, the fucking owner of Spotify is fucking investing in this like war regime ass fucking
I think
AI
we need
shit.
to come together as artists and have an artist nation,
For real?
like not a union,
No.
an artist nation, one that's not defined by color or race or creed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could be any religion. You just gotta be an artist and create.
That would be like what America thought it was trying to be. Like America be like, we're the land of free, and it's like, yeah, but you guys
Freedom of
started with
speech.
imperialism, and you guys are not letting us express
That's what I'm
ourselves.
saying, bro. Like, thank God for freedom of speech, but at the same time, bro, like, how much of what we can say is allowed? Like, you know, for real, it's all censored.
With
like,
social media, we're actually so censored now. Like,
I'm a
dude,
straight anarchist, bro. I don't even care, bro. Like,
for real.
straight up.
For real, like I'm just so over being governed. Like, if we're not like wild fucking animals at the
Straight
end of
up,
the
bro.
day, you feel
Good
me?
people don't need to be told what to do, and bad people always find out how to do it.
Right.
Straight up.
That's
Like, you know
real
what I'm saying?
shit. That's real shit, bro. Yo, honestly, I think you're onto something revolutionary.
I hope so, man.
I think
and they
you
bring
are.
back out the beret, bro.
Yo, for real.
You know, I'll be looking like Che Guevara.
Yo, for real. We're gonna be on some like, yo, bro. There's potential. There's potential in all of this right now.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
excited.
I do want to shout out my boys out in Texas, Kill My Lord, Vlad, Oni, Nisha. They're coming up to perform for the Maddox show.
Right.
And then we're going to go hit Oklahoma City. They got the bridge show over there.
Nice.
Two Slimies performing.
Nice.
It's gonna be big, and like also what we're building outside of just ourselves, even in New York, is big. Bro owns. Excuse me. Bro owns his house out there in Texas, and I'm working with him to kind of convert it into studio/venue.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And so shows in Texas, you know what I'm saying? We're doing raves in Texas, and
Texas got some big ass houses.
they got some big ass. He got a huge yard, like, you know what I'm saying? I see the vision, and it's like, fuck it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about, can you bring people together? And like, it doesn't matter like if it's at a house, a venue, a warehouse. If you got the vibes curated correctly, people are gonna come back. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Like, and so I'm working with him to convert his venue into a venue, and then building this pipeline between Oklahoma City, Houston, Oklahoma City is already locked in. I'm trying to bring that together with New York. That's why I'm taking on the risk of building my own event space, because somebody already took their risk and opened up an event space. Shout out Bro out in Oklahoma City.
Right.
Running Oklahoma City events in the underground. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
He's like got enough motion to be able to turn down Wiz Khalifa, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And not because he doesn't fuck with him, but just because he's got motion, he doesn't want to like clip it too early. He's just worried about like, it's medicinal out there, it's legally medicinally, but he needs to get the right permits before he can do some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So he's working smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? And like, to be honest, like, I love what he's doing, and that really inspired me, because I've been on the fence since like Christmas about opening up my own event space. I've been talking to Crooklyn about maybe like doing something, having him sponsor, maybe do some events. My thing is like, let me tap in with the community, give y'all cheaper rentals, you know what I'm saying, so y'all could just do your events at my space, you know what I'm saying, without having to pay an arm and a leg. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking like living gallery prices with like Brooklyn Burge like size and space and like a stage, and like, you know what I'm saying, like, imagine we do a little like weed bazaar or like a little weed cooking event.
I feel like that shit always pays off more too, because the thing about like, I feel like with any business or anything, like, I'd be going to the pizza shop and saying the same shit. People, like, the guy charging $4 a slice is gonna fucking fall because the dollar pizza spot right down the block is selling dollar pizzas. And yeah, like,
if the dollar pizza is good, then yeah. But like, if the dollar pizza really is just dollar pizza, and you know, there's good dollar pizza.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for sure. It's all about quality though, because like, you're right, people are almost always gonna go for the cheaper option. I think about weed all the time. Like, I used to always like, I prefer 25/8 over 35/8 any day.
Right, but you gotta match the quality.
But then once you like start developing taste, you're like, ugh. Like, you know what I'm saying? This shit tastes like fucking perfume, bro. Like, ugh.
Right.
Like, nah, I want to smoke some shit that tastes cheesy and fucking like, you get the terpenes, like, you know, you start becoming a little snob. You're willing to pay that extra $10 for the taste. Like, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
That goes with anything else, including, like you said, the events and
I think
pizza.
Like, it was gonna go on to even say, like, I feel like in New York, like, as a human being, you know, I'm not the biggest patron of underground shows, but from what I see, I feel like everyone who is out here trying to do this, like, promoter, like, show throwing shit, they're not doing enough. They're charging too much. It's really like more of a clout
and it's
game.
not worth it.
Right.
Like, if you're gonna charge more, make it worth it. The only reason I'm charging $30 pre-sale, $40 for the show, is because you're getting a fashion show, a concert, and a boxing match. Bro, Maddox is playing another show the next week, and how much are they charging? $17. Please go to whichever one you want to go to. Mine is a little more expensive, but you're definitely gonna have a better time at my show.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna be some sweaty ass little fucking showcase where people aren't even dancing to the music. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a fucking production to remember. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, real fucking rage.
Hell yeah.
Straight up.
On the Lower East Side, bro.
On
like,
the Lower East Side.
It's vibes. Yeah,
Facts, man.
And so
I did want to say something. You made me think about that dollar slice thing. Here's another thing. Don't ever. Oh no. Always know your worth, because if you're worth $4 for a slice, charge $4 for a slice.
That's true.
Fuck the dollar slice place. Because here's the thing, I've sold more beats for $300 than I've sold for $50. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I've had beats up for $50 forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, especially when you're doing business in person in New York. Hey man, you make beats too? Oh, cool. How much for your beats? Oh, $50. Oh, all right, let me check them out. Maybe.
Right.
All right, same scenario. Hey man, you make beats, blah 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 blah. How much? $300. Oh, all right, let's hear some.
Yeah.
Same, maybe, still maybe, but now they're like leaning forward. They listening for it. Is he worth $300? I fuck with it. It's different. I'm glad it's not drill. Whatever the fuck they saying in the studios. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh, the trap sound with the drill hats, like elevator going up, like tight shit.
Nah, and that's what I like, man. I like that's what I like about you. It's like you really sit back and like perceive and like execute the excellence of execution, as like Bret Hart would say, wrestling shit. But like it's dope. Like you sit back and you like see where. Not even like where you're needed, because this is just who you are, you know. But you show up.
We are
where
what we repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not an act but a habit.
Right.
Straight up.
I like that philosophical shit.
We used to end every single choir rehearsal with that. He would say, "We are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not an act but a habit." We'd reply, and like that shit is real. It's the same thing as you are what you eat. You know what I'm saying? If I walk out every single day with a skateboard, you're gonna look at me and be like, "Oh, that's the skater guy."
Right.
If I walk outside every day with a violin or a guitar on my back, "Oh, that's the musician dude. I wonder what kind of music he makes."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I walked outside with just like studio headphones instead of like Beats or normal headphones, and people are like, "Oh, you make music?" Because they see Bare
Just on
Dynamic.
perception,
You know what I'm saying? They see Bare Dynamic. Oh, you work in the studio? Like little shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And so the same thing applies when you post online, because that's you going out.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna post music snippets, people will perceive me as a musician. If I post funny shit all the time, I'm a comedian to them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And so it's a balance between getting the fans and feeding them more than just music, but also telling your fans and your audience, this is who the fuck I am.
Right. 100%. You know, and that's like, man, you give like. You speak a lot of words that make you think. You feel me? Like you make
Appreciate
you make
that.
a
That's the
motherfucker
best
think.
compliment I could get, bro.
Hell
Straight
yeah!
up.
Like, and I like that shit because you know what? Like a lot of times I feel like I be trying to be on that timing. Like I'm always talking about like some political shit or some shit on my story, you know. And people be like, "Yo, bro, like I agree. Like, yo, you be saying the shit right." And so when I meet someone who be on that timing and like they make me think and me be like, "Yo, like inspiration," even I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" Like.
I generally appreciate that.
It's very important for the episode. It's very important for the scene, for people to hear. Like
I think so too.
It's such a tiny little seed that grows into such a giant
I think so
thing.
too. I feel like a lot of people are afraid to be themselves, including like this. Like some people love God and are afraid to talk about God. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like if you really love him, you wouldn't be afraid of him.
Right.
Because like even though he gets criticism, that. You already knew that was coming, so it's like honestly, I laugh in that. Like when I'll like mention Jesus and people just like cry, bro. Like they'll be like, "Oh," and I'm just like, "You're funny, bro, demon."
No, yeah,
like no, just like
it's. I've never understood like people
claim that they're open-minded and tolerant of other people, but the minute. Oh, you like Jesus? That means I think that you're intolerant of what I do and like.
And that's never the case.
It's never the case. It's like this, bro. Just because, like, if you're my friend and I let you do, like, stupid hard drugs around me all the time, I'm not a good friend.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's so true.
Here's the
facts.
thing. Your body, your choice.
Right.
I'm not gonna big bro you. I'm not your dad. I'm not gonna be the guy that's like, yo, take care of yourself. But bro, if you're fucked up and I see this, like, I'm gonna be like, yo, you need to talk at the very least, like, you know what I'm saying? If my boy's in the hospital for something, I'm gonna be like, yo, you good? Let's make this the last time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're better than this. You don't need this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's way better than being a fucking enabler. You know?
And the thing is, people are afraid of being corny, bro. And it's like people would rather. And the thing is, like, it's like people don't want to be an enabler, so they're just like. They take their hands off because they think if I tell them don't do this, they're gonna bounce back and just do it harder. Like, no, sometimes people
or like
just
they're gonna push me away because I fucking said something.
Or they're gonna think I don't like them because they think they're a drug addict. Like,
right.
No, bro. Like, bro, all my homies is drug addicts, including me sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a drug addict, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had my bouts, bro. I've had my moments, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm hooked on phonics, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, But like,
real shit.
you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I can't believe in addiction because like it could be replaced so easily by the things that you are really addicted to, like creating, like and love, and like, you know, it's hard because I'm not perfect, bro, by any means. You know what I'm saying? And I still struggle with different things, but like, I definitely like. I'm not supposed to be anybody's role model, and I don't want people to copy what I do. But if I could do a little bit, bro, like just to like change the way people feel about themselves, and like on some real XXXTentacion type shit, like it's not even about me, bro. Like, and that's why it's important to watch what you say in your music, bro, because it's like there's a fine line between just being lit and being sad, even, and like. You're reprogramming everybody's mind whenever they listen to your music, bro.
Yeah, and if you say I want to die in a microphone 85 times, you're probably gonna fucking die, bro. I realize that we're like the SoundCloud era and shit.
Yes, bro. Like I would feel scared for my brother listening to Juice WRLD. I'm like, this shit is like depressing, and I love Juice WRLD. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, you listen to Juice WRLD a little too much, like, and it's like, again, I'm not hating. I think there's this time and a place, and honestly, like Juice WRLD needs to do that so he can convert that energy into something good. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so when people are listening to it, that also happens. They get that negative energy converted into something good. Yeah. But the thing is, that's only if they know how to how to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Otherwise, you could like self-destruct a little.
Exactly, bro. Like, yeah, man. Like listening to a song when you're sad rather than listening to a song to be sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, on 100%, purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I used to try to, like, make myself cry by listening to Mayday Parade. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I was like, I haven't cried in a minute. Let's throw on Katie, don't cry. I'm like, ah!
Yo, that's, like, especially, like, in my youth, bro. Like, I dead ass was dead making myself depressed with just music, bro. Like, I realized that just now what you were saying. I'm like, wow. I've never realized that. Why after, like, magically after 18, I'm not depressed anymore? Huh.
It, like I said, it's a fine line because everybody deserves and needs to express themselves without any inhibitions. And so it's a everything is an arc. So they need to be able to do this unhinged to get to a point where, like, I'm getting over this. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually, if they're following their path correctly, they will. Like, you know what I'm saying? I see, like, Mac Miller. Like, even, oh, man, bro. R.I.P., man.
R.I.P. Mac Miller.
Honestly, towards the end, he was probably worse than whatever, but it's like the musical arc, how many lives did he save? You know what I'm saying? Sure, maybe some people died when he died, like, off the depression, off the drugs.
Imagine how many lives he's still saving.
Exactly. And that's what's more important. Because the energy that you put into the music is important. Even if you want to say, I want to die, are you saying that because you want to die or because you don't want to die? Right. And that's really what matters. The intention that you put into it is like a fingerprint that could be extracted when people listen to it.
Right, because if you were content with dying, you would just be here like, fuck it, I'm ready to die. You
wouldn't even make music. You wouldn't even want to be alive.
Do anything,
you'd be dead, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to die. You want to be alive. You just want to live. Yeah, you want to really feel alive.
That's very important, too. I like that you, again, about spirituality and art. And to go back to the Jesus thing, just because it was a thought that I had. Yeah. A lot of people are very afraid of, like, feeling corny or looking corny or whatever. I think the thing, Jesus gets a really bad rap because I'm not a Christian, and I'm not, when it comes to Christians, like, there's a lot of Christians out there that I don't agree with, you know? But when it comes to Jesus himself, Jesus is a cool ass guy. And if you listen to, like, the shit Jesus had to say and, like, what he was, number one, he was with Mary Magdalene, which was like a whore, right? And then he was with a thief and a fucking murderer when he was crucified. Like, that's already accepting everyone, so nobody should feel like automatically judged. Again, I'm not a big
It's
Jesus
deeper
fan,
than
you know?
just accepting. It's like the thing with the drug addicts, right?
Right.
I'm not gonna turn my brother away because he's going down the wrong path. Right. But I would be in the wrong if I didn't at least try to get him on the right path. Right. And that's the difference between standing by as an idle bystander and then just at least trying. Like, hey, man, you don't need to do this. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't like seeing you like this. Please don't at least do drugs around me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the very least, you know what I mean? And it's like, it could feel like judgment, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? And again, I get it because a lot of Christians don't understand Christianity. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's 100%. just 100%. Like, but that's why I think studying is really important. Like, you have to read the Bible to understand the Bible. You can't just, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's even if you don't, like, you just have to understand kind of the context of where all these stories fit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because whether there's parables or stories, not like, I truly believe Jesus died on the cross. What does that mean? that means like even if I fall, I could get back up and not have to feel ashamed that I did this and that.
And that's what it should be. Like, that's what religion should be. It should always be like something to apply to yourself, to give you like that willpower to be with God, to walk with God, you know? Like, and so like whenever people like, man, and that's
the thing. People think that it's like, I need to be a good person to get into heaven, and that's not what it is, bro. It has nothing to do with that. It's more about believing in Jesus than being a good person, bro, because it's like the whole point is that bad people are absolved of their bad shit just by turning a new leaf. That's literally like, it's literally hope. It's like this is such a hopeless world, and like that is what the elite are the most afraid of, is hope. So it's like, wherever, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, there was a story, it's like when a mouse drowns, or when a mouse is put into like a water, they'll tread water for like 30 minutes, give up and die.
Right.
Boom, 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 boom. If you take them out 5 minutes before that, you put them back in, they'll swim for 48 fucking hours. Just because they had the hope that they were taken out at least one time.
Right.
How the fuck are they running on real hope? How are you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely like running
and so
on
it's
fumes.
like, this is the thing that like Christianity or like Jesus gives you, is like, is this hope, because it's like, how many people have done fucked up shit, murdered, killed, fucking raped, this, that, the other, and they really truly believe that they're redeemed. They can't be redeemed.
Right.
You can't be redeemed in the flesh.
Right.
You're dead in the flesh. Everybody hates you, bro. But in the eyes of God, He made you a certain way. You were a baby. You weren't any of these things. You got corrupted by the world that you lived in.
Yeah, it's kind of like how,
you know what I'm saying?
That's someone's child. Whenever you see like anybody,
exactly. Like when you see like could you kill baby Hitler? That's such a crazy question. Like, you ever see those those things? It's like, man, I couldn't do it. He was just so cute. Like, no, bro. Like, it's like he's a baby. Like, that's crazy. Like, it's like those moral weird questions where it's like, nah, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who am I to judge? For real, I'm not. Like, who am I also to say that I'm not worth, you know what I'm saying, getting better for it? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the whole like story of Saul. He murdered hella Christians, and then he found God, and he was like, oh, whatever. I don't even really know that, but like I need to do my research even more. But it's like, my thing is like, if people at least could just have hope in their lives that, hey man, I could be better. How many people are just like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, drinking, this, that, the other, and then they just get a job because they don't have hope to do what they want to do, because we live in a hopeless world of like, it's almost impossible to make money living your dreams.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, if you just had hope that your dreams will pay you, that's why Jesus tells you, the sparrows, the birds don't worry about where they're getting their food. Right. Why would you worry about getting your food? God loves you way more than the sparrows.
Yeah.
What? That shit was like, boom, bro. Focus on your mission. Focus on your... And another thing, don't call it work. Bro, this is your duty. Like, that, I took that one from fucking ninja shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Samurai shit. Like, this is my fucking, like, my duty, bro. Like, I'm an artist, bro. Like, just looking back and, like, seeing all these, like, again, like, from the choir thing, like, even, like, just... recently, last year is when I got my first real big royalty check off of just like music.
Right.
And I remember, like, again, I was feeling like, man, I've been doing the same thing over and over again. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing wrong. And right around my birthday time, I'm just open my bank, boom, 3 bands. I'm like, what?
Nice.
$3,000? Like, baby, we going out to dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got some food. We gonna K barbecue tonight. Like, what? And yeah, type shit. Like, that was a vibe. Like, and I was like, yeah, keep going. That's God just dropping breadcrumbs, because like sometimes He's guiding. So where He's guiding, He's providing. That's how I moved up here. I didn't really have shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I was gonna have a kid when I moved up here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I came up here to like make money and like feed my family, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
on some like grind shit.
On some grind shit, and like it didn't end up working out with Shorty, but like, man, like this was always in my destiny, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to like be in New York, creating what I'm creating, and then taking this everywhere else, to Colombia, to fucking Charleston, South Carolina, to Florida, Texas, and beyond, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, wherever it is, fucking Germany. I used to live in Germany.
Nice, stationed up there and shit.
Yeah, random lore job. My dad was stationed in Ramstein. That's how I met my boy who lives in Houston, because we both went to the same high school.
Oh, shit.
He was a grade above me. I was a fucking wild jet, bro. Like, he'll tell you some story. He beats me to the punch. I like to hold off on my lore until somebody like asks me about it. Or, like, I like dropping random lore, but he'll just go up and tell you like, bro, it's crazy. Bro did this, and that, and like, yeah, man. Like, I was just a fucking freshman in high school, being an idiot, bro. Like, hella fake friends, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like, but he was chill, and then like we just kept up with each other. Once I was Trippy Sack, he went by Fail Poppy at the time, and then he evolved into his name again, like Vlad, and then he has the collective Kill My Lord, and got locations everywhere type shit, and so we're all just helping each other out, and it's cool because we've both been on this shit, and like that's the thing. Like I said, it's like you either figure out how to make money off this or figure out how to keep it going. Even if it's not going to be like life-changing money, you'll figure out how to make this your living if you really want it that bad. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you do have to get a job to supplement it or like whatever else, there's a bunch of ways to make money with music. So it all just takes dedication and hella brainstorming. You know what I'm saying? You need to just be business-minded, like structure shit. And then like just have a vision, you know?
Yeah. Hope.
Hell yeah. Hope.
Hell yeah. Man, yeah, dude. Just fucking dope conversation. Honestly, I can't even say much. We talked a lot about the present and the past. A lot of like morals and philosophy, spirituality, all this shit. Talking about the future, you know, whether it's even this upcoming show you got or just honestly anything you got going on, just talk about even where you see yourself in the future.
For sure. Man, I see myself as like the next Young Thug, and this is what I mean by that. I'm gonna solidify myself as a rapper first and foremost, because I know how important it is to be perceived how you want to be perceived.
Right.
Young Thug is a businessman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Young Thug does way more than just rap.
Right.
He's put on half of Atlanta rappers, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the role I want to take. I'm really big into music. I'm big into music publishing. I have my own publishing company, my own record label, and I work with artists to make sure that they get their music registered. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't even charge artists to like for the knowledge, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not yet, at least. Shit. I should. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
but,
bro,
like,
for real. Like, I feel like this podcast is a fucking
little pamphlet. But yeah, like, all my homies know, hey, if you want to learn how to register music, just pull up with your laptop. Let's at least get you signed up. And it's like, if you need like administration, we could do like a co-publishing deal where I take 25%. Like, you know what I'm saying? Perpetually of like some royalties to like manage that shit. Like, and then we could always just work out other shit. But it's like that's where I see myself on some businessman shit. It's like, I want to buy catalogs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to like you know, Sauce Walker. You know what I'm saying? Like, he has all of his music and he compounds interest, and then also he has all these artists that trust him enough to get that bag for them. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they don't have any problem giving him a piece of the pie. You know what I'm saying? Like, because boom. And then me as an artist, me as a label owner, me as a publishing, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm building this up. I'm building this brand. Everybody got a little space. You know what I'm saying? I just want to provide the space for it. I see myself in the future creating Cultured Underground, which is an endeavor that I've been cooking up basically since 2020. I'll spin back on that one real quick.
Yeah, I'll say.
And then Cultured Underground, and then Real Rage. I'm thinking about turning into a nonprofit, just to do the shows and stuff. I really kind of want to work out how that's gonna look, but I got that inspiration from La Russell, the way that he's doing his stuff out in the Bay Area, and like just doing like the indie shit the right way, making the content at home with your friends, you know what I'm saying, throwing the shows at home with your friends, you know what I'm saying, putting everybody on in your group and having different shows, like live rap shows with live instruments, like, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, like, it's not the first time it's been done, but you know what I'm saying, we have to create,
it would be refreshing. We
can't rely on other people to create the spaces for us.
100%.
We are the ones inheriting the world, so we are the ones who have to create the businesses to host the visions that we have. And if we want to break away from the system that currently exists, it's as simple as just building something new and agreeing to do it. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? It's not about crazy revolution, cut off heads, like that's a little bit of it, but the bigger part is like, what are we gonna replace it with? Because if we just replace the people at the top, we got the same shit, just different people at the top. Yeah. Like, that's not the point.
Keeping the same structure.
The system is what needs to be revolutionized. You know what I'm saying? The people are fine. People are just greedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are, and that's not, again, people can change. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like, the government needs to change. Like, the way we do things needs to change. You know what I'm saying? Like, You know what I'm saying? Just our idea of what it can be done needs to change.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? That's,
People don't
that's
even,
the biggest thing. What can be done can be done.
What do we need for that in order that to happen? Hope.
Hope.
Because it's, right now everyone's like hopeless and they're just like, oh, what are we gonna do?
Facts.
This is the government.
And hope comes from a vision. Hope comes from anywhere. Sometimes hope comes from within. Hope comes from inspiration. Hope comes from religion. Hope comes from just like being with your homies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like, oh, I really hope we could do. I really hope this, because like I see it. I could see us doing it. So I'm gonna do the best I can to make this into a reality, so I don't have to hope so much. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I can make sure, like, you know what I'm saying, I'll do my part and then the hope will do the rest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you're so right about that, man, because that's the only way. That's the only way, because like if you see the vision, then you'll have the hope, and if you have the hope, you can see it through.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We're blessing the stream right now.
Facts. Sacred vibration.
Thank you, big up. Thank you, big up.
Cultured Underground and Real Rage. Talk about those in the sense of like a little bit of their birth, even though we kind of got that, but also like where you see them going, kind of like the past, present, future for the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure. So the two businesses I officially have are Elevator Jams LLC, because that's still the name of the record label. It started off as a lo-fi label, but evolving, whatever. That holds my sound recordings. Elevator LLC is spelled like this one. The other one's spelled Elevator. Elevator LLC is more for my publishing, me as a songwriter and musician, and that one holds Elevator Publishing as an arm within that. So that's if I'm signing artists, they're signing to Elevator LLC under the Elevator Publishing branch. And then what's it called? Real Rage is, I used to throw events under Elevator Jam, so I've branched Real Rage off of that.
Right.
Because I seen Hyperpop NYC, I was like, this is genius. It's like genre specific promotion company show, blah blah blah. I'm like, I love rage music, this is kind of like my thing, so I'm like, Real Rage NYC.
Yeah.
So that's like kind of like how I clicked it in. It's the same font as Elevator, and so that's really been working for me. I did that the Fuck Valentine's Day show. That shit was insane. We had the dude like right when the Vision Pro Maxes came out, like bro pulled up with the Apple Vision Pros, like,
oh my God,
like doing fit checks on people and shit.
That's fucking hilarious,
insane, bro. Like the Real Rage, and like, yeah, bro. It's because like I grew up. I went to college in 2016. Like I graduated college I graduated high school in 2016. I went to college when Uzi was popping. You know what I'm saying? I went to college when Lil Boat 2 dropped. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, oh, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the parties that we had were different, bro. And we genuinely appreciated music. We got it from the internet still, but it wasn't just viral TikTok hits that you only know 4 or 5 lyrics.
Yeah.
Like, no, we would listen to the music, like, you know, all the words, like, you know what I'm saying?
Back when it fucking...
And the personalities, you gave a fuck more about them. It was like, who's Ugly Guy, who's Yachty, who's boom, boom, boom. And it's like, that era with the partying, everybody comes home and like, what are we doing when we hang out? We throw on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We're watching YouTube videos, maybe a little podcast. Podcasts weren't even like super big at that time, just like Joe Rogan here and there. But like, we're just getting together, watching music videos, drinking beers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shooting the shit. Like, Trippie Redd is popping off. Like, Dark Knight Demo. Like, you know what I'm saying? XXX was still alive. Dude, crazy times, bro. And like that, all of that was lost right before COVID. The people think COVID was when it was lost. It stopped right around 2019.
Yeah, right before COVID.
You know what I'm saying?
2018 was like the last year.
Because like, the Real Ragers were graduating college, and then these kids on TikTok started playing bullshit like Roxanne at the fucking parties and stopped playing shit like Future at the parties, and now you guys have lame parties. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, 1 + 1 = 3, bro. Like, that's what you guys like doing, bro. Like,
well, you could tell our age is different because you said Roxanne. I'm like thinking like of the Police
yeah,
song.
no, I'm thinking Roxanne.
Yeah,
no, yeah, facts. No, I know the Police. Trust.
The generational difference between like the young kids. I'm only 22.
Oh, you're young. I'm older than you, gang.
Yeah, but like I don't ever like resonate with like the rest of like my demographic or like right below me, you know?
I feel you.
That's how it be.
I feel you.
But yeah, bro.
I feel like in New York though, you could be more niche like that though. I feel like that's the cool thing about New York is like personalities. You could be yourself out here for real. You could like what you like and not have to worry. You don't have to like rap music if you don't want to. You could just
be you.
Be whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
thank God.
Yeah, facts. But yeah, so Real Rage, that's how that came about. Cultured Underground. So I used to live in Charleston. And Charleston, bro, this is where like I seen it, right? Because Charleston is the party capital of like South Carolina, and like I used to throw parties, and then I moved back from Florida after being in Full Sail, finishing my bachelor's and stuff. I moved back, and that was after COVID. I graduated last class of like 2020 before COVID hit, like March 2020, and then last class to walk the stage.
That's crazy.
Yeah, right. And then like after that was online graduations, and then so I pull up to Charleston, and I used to throw parties, so I'm like, do I still got it? I haven't been here in 2-3 years. Like first party I throw 300 people in that bitch, middle of COVID, November 2020, bro. Like Peach Palace, that shit was insane.
They were missing you over there.
It was insane, bro. Like I went outside, the whole porch was filled, all the stairs in the porch were filled. You went inside, it was just dark, bro. We had my homie open up the show fiddling on the violin.
Holy shit.
Bro, when you go to an elevator show, it's different, bro. Like and then we had a band, like, you know what I'm saying, like, also, and then like DJing, bro. I was off a tab that night, bro. I was up, bro. I felt like the god of music, bro. Like, I feel like straight up, I was like, I'm here to facilitate this for y'all to worship. Like, not even me, bro. Like, I was throwing the show. And in the background, I was like standing behind the thing, DJ. I'm like, bro, it don't matter who the fuck is performing. Everybody looking at me in the corner, bro, because I put this shit together, bro, for real. Like, I felt crazy good.
Trying to get this back online.
Oh, you good?
Give it a second. But you can keep talking. The camera's catching you.
Yeah, but trying to think, Culture to Underground. So I mean, the Charleston scene was definitely the party scene that I wanted to bring up, because the thing is with the Charleston artists and the art scene in Charleston, they don't, like, people try to do collectives. People have been trying to bring Charleston up for the longest, but it hasn't been, bro. And you'd be surprised how much fucking straight talent comes from Charleston. You know Osamuson?
Yeah.
He's from Goose Creek. That's Charleston. Like,
That's
you know
crazy.
what I'm saying? Like, you know Joe Kenji?
I've heard the name, but I
He's
can't
from
put his
Somerville.
face.
That's Charleston. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like Charleston, you know Long Money Phil, he from West Astor, that's Charleston. Like so
There's
but
mad
the
people
thing
out
is
there.
there's no business down there.
Is it the proximity to like Georgia that like makes it like so popping over there? Or is it just like popping on its own?
I think it's a lot of history, it's a lot of spiritual shit down there, that a lot of pain.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like one of the first ports towns for like slavery.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
So like spiritually, that place is interesting. That place is haunted. That place is like, and there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of fucking raw fucking talent. And so a lot of jazz, a lot of classical music too.
Nice.
And so it's diverse musically, but the problem is there's no business. And all the businesses out there are all ran by white people. And I'm not even hating when I say that. I'm just observing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there needs to be variety, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially in the downtown areas. Because if it's not downtown, like, only people, like, nobody's going to a show from downtown to Somerville. It's like, it's different here because people go from Manhattan to Brooklyn. People go from Manhattan to Queens for a show.
Yeah, but
you know
it's accessible.
But who's going from Queens to the Bronx? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you know, or
there.
even I'll give you a better one. Who's going to Staten Island for a show? It's not even that hard to get out there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's just nobody wants to do that.
It's just a pain in the ass. What do you mean I gotta take the ferry to go to your show? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's insane, bro.
Or the bus.
Like, that's what I'm saying. And so it's like, so people aren't leaving the downtown area, especially if they don't have a car, to go to a show where somewhere is 30 minutes away, because like, you need 30 minutes to drive in a car. Like, we're down south, shit's spread out. It's not New York.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. So it's like things have to happen downtown because people from Somerville, everybody's down to go downtown.
Right.
It's downtown. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I've noticed that I've always wanted to build something there. So I saw this property and I've had this vision for the longest time. I want to create an artist fraternity sorority. I'm really good at like creating like social clubs. I used to like I started the chapter for our local fraternity in Charleston. We rushed, long story short, like, we rushed API, like, my whole class, but we got kicked off on bid day. I wasn't even Jewish, but I was, like, the only Catholic kid to get, like, a bid, I think, on that day. And so we ended up going underground, and we wanted, like, real letters, so only 4 of us had the GPA to, like, actually start a new chapter.
Nice.
So I was, like, one of the founding fathers, but I threw a fucking like solar eclipse party because it was 2017.
Oh,
I threw the craziest darty. It was like 1 p.m. like solar eclipse, like some real Greek shit, bro. That shit was crazy, bro. Like solar eclipse happened, but the next day, bro goes to Starbucks, and he's got the little letters. He's like, "Yo, ZBT, bro. Yo, we went to that party yesterday. That shit was crazy." And he looked young, but he was from Nationals, so he was pissed. He's like, "Whose fault is this? Blah blah blah." And why the hell are all the other kids that were the old AE pod kids, like the ones hosting and throwing this? Blah blah blah. And it's like what they didn't understand is like, bro, all of us work together for 4 of us to be able to start this chapter.
Right.
But all of us have been brothers, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And like, it's only by the grace of us doing these parties early that we didn't get stuck with boners for fucking like for the first thing, because you're not allowed to rush until after rush week if you're starting a chapter and shit.
Right.
And so it's like, bro, we're not getting love with the boners. We're gonna throw cool parties. We're gonna meet the cool people, and we're just gonna pick the guys that resonate with us on some normal shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that whole idea of like recruitment and like throwing a big party and then throwing a little party to kind of make it more intimate, like, yo, we fuck with you, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you should be one of us, blah blah blah. Like, I saw that in the music, and I felt like this is a way we could like do something that's like a collective but not a collective.
It gives you all the tools to start a real nice like web.
Exactly, because I don't want anybody to like give up their collective, or if they're in a collective, they can be a part of my thing. Like my whole idea for Culture Underground is to create a facility that's run like Soho House and like a gym. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nice,
like,
yeah.
you pull up to the studio the space, right? If you're a member, you can just walk in.
Yeah.
Right? If you're just walking off the street, you just see the store and the what's it called, and the art gallery. But then there's like a curtain where it's like people are just walking in and out, and there's security. Like, what the fuck is going on back there?
Secret society.
Just mysterious, like literally secret society. But like not even being secret about it. Just like it's in your face, bro, and you can't get in, bro. And you can want to try to get in, but you got to be accepted in. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't even just pay to get in.
It'd be a dope space for like the artists, like, you know. And I was gonna say that I feel like the spaces that you,
Yeah.
what's the word? The spaces that you conjure are like for artists by artist.
The way I envision it is like I'm gonna have a lounge where we could do things like this, but we could also just hang out.
Right.
Or we could also shoot a music video. And they have these little kind of rooms, and again, everything is built with music, fashion, and art. So the art kids help us do the sets. You know what I'm saying? They do the murals. We got like 3 or 4 little sets for podcasts, or like cool little photo studios, like something that looks like a sky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like maybe even switch them out every 3 to 4 months. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give different artists a chance. You know what I'm saying? These are our fucking sets for this quarter. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like always being able to keep things fresh for new members, and then for guests. You know what I'm saying? Because every member should be allowed to bring guests. If you're a photographer, come pay for $300 a month. You get to just use the studio, be a part of this, and then you bring a guest. They're gonna pay you to photo shoot, blah blah blah. But now you don't gotta pay $60 an hour for the fucking the photo studio. You have a photo studio that's yours. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, pull up whenever. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can bring a guest or two. Like, you're good.
And there's no spaces like that we have. I feel like
Nope.
There's like no space like that at all.
Nope. I'm just trying to like change the business model. If we can make it like a gym, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
hey, if you don't want to work out, you're wasting your money. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, this place is here, and
It's a
we're
place for you to
curating.
grow and improve.
That's why it's also important to curate the people, bro, because I don't want anybody who's not serious about their career to be in my facilities. Like, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Like I want people that are serious, that are diligent, that have dreams. Like, even if you're not making money off your shit, even if boom boom boom, what matters is that you're doing the shit that you're doing and that you love it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I care about. Like, and then if we can provide the space for it, all these ideas came together, right? The whole idea of like, even originally when Elevator Jams was more about lo-fi and like creating these studio spaces for us to give each other feedback. Boom, if I own the space and I have Culture Underground and we're working like a fraternity, right? We're gonna have normal parties and this, that, the other, but like we have to have team building, like family, like kind of
There's
things.
gonna be like a
you know what I'm saying?
structural
Like,
aspect
there's
to
gonna
it.
be a structural thing. There's gonna be officers. There's gonna be like a head of music, head of art, head of fashion, and hopefully when we grow to a point where we have 25 to 50 members, we're bringing enough money to pay rent and then also pay for the people holding this shit together.
Right.
Even if it's a nonprofit, the president deserves to get like at least a band a month. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something to just supplement that income.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That because we're working hard to make sure. Because think about this: if 25 people are in the studio every day, who's gonna do what when? There has to be somebody to delegate. First come, first serve. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like for real, it really is just first come, first serve. But then, like, don't be extra about it. If somebody's trying to, like, share, that's the whole point. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, be cordial. And then on top of that, start talking again to people. We only see each other when it's events.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true.
We only see each other because that's the only time we get to come together. So what if we create a space where we can come together on some other shit? We just both work at the same establishment.
Way more
you know
often,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
We both work for ourselves as freelancers, or even like, because I have this agency I'm building through my interns. Like I got Object, he's my engineering intern, and then I got what's her name, Glory, she's my video intern. And so once I'm training them up to a point where I feel comfortable with their level of, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna just work on getting them business.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying, and just taking a third. Like, you know what I'm saying, the studio gets a third, I get a third for the business, and they get a third for working. You know what I'm saying? So 25 an hour, everybody's happy. You know what I'm saying? And then just working with those different studios, or going to my studio, and bringing that into the agency too. Like, I imagine if Cultured Underground is a thing, right? There's multiple uses for it, right? Not only is it a facility that you can make your things, it's, again, a place where you can meet people, etc., build those connections, and then also just, like, you know, you're catching up. Hey, now that I'm seeing you, let's work next week. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're part of this too, so I'm gonna charge you a little less, or like we could just work for free since we're working under the same thing. I'm not interested in, like, the people under me make their art and that I have to own it and put it on my platform. That doesn't have to happen. Right. But I would like people to submit, like, their stuff so that we could put some stuff up there.
Right,
like, you know what I'm saying? Because I do my label tapes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want there to be playlists. Like, the people that just, hey, we're doing, like, playlists. Like, everybody put together a playlist, and, like, the best playlist, we're going to put it on our... You know what I'm saying? Like, my brother's really good at playlisting. That should be a whole job. Like, making playlists. Online DJ. Like, you know what I'm saying? That should be a job that you get paid for. It's a talent
in itself.
Like, the same thing with, like, loops. I want to bring people in and then be like, yo, like, let's just all make loops, and then y'all all get 50% royalties for every loop you sell. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to just put it out there on the platform and sell it with the name that we're building. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? These are Object's guitars. These are Jackson Sadinsky's guitars. Both guitar packs, but different. Right. So, oh, I like the Jackson one more. Oh, I like the Object one more. If he's selling more, he's selling more. You know what I'm saying? And if we're selling them for $40, you're getting $20 per sale. What are you talking about? You're gonna be, like, making hella money really quick, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's so true.
I'm in the business of making sure business can be done, because a lot of people just don't think about business, and, like, they just think about how can I do the things I want, and I do think that's more important. But, bro, to do the things you want in this world, you need to get paid, or at least figure out how to just do what you want so that the money's not an issue. Right. If everything else can just be taken care of and you can just do what you want, let me be that guy to just take care of shit. Right. And I'll put the people in place besides me that are smarter than me to take care of other shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get sync licenses and this, that, the other, because there's only so much I could do. Right. I'm still just trying to be an artist at the end of the day. Yeah. I just know that I need to do this and build this. And a real business, a real good machine, all you got to do is build it and hire the right people, and it'll build, and then I could be Elevator again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom.
You're putting in, like, the heavy work to, like, you know, bring this together, and then it'll self-sustain itself as it goes.
And then I want to build that in, like, multiple cities, and that's the whole point.
Exactly.
Because a real fraternity has chapters, and that's the beauty of what we're doing. Kill My Lord out in fucking Texas, and then Kill My Lord in Oklahoma City, and then I got Real Rage out here in New York, and then I got Culture Underground Charleston, like, you know what I'm saying, Florida. And so if we could all have our own facility with our own interests, eventually to the point where we get money, we could even... Oh, so-and-so in Milwaukee, they got, like, a group of 20 people that really are down for this. Just like a fraternity would. Let's go down. Let's go do a meeting with them. You guys are interested. We'd be willing to help put up this money to help you guys get this. Eventually, like, boom. You guys have to pay your dues. If not, we're going to revoke your fucking charter. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to see if they're serious about this shit. It's
exactly how, like,
money's involved.
Mm-hmm. And so, like, I really feel like it could happen like this. And I want every chapter to run independently. And obviously there's, like, a big overall, like, arching rules, but every chapter works independently. Y'all figure out the rates for yourselves. Be fair. If shit gets crazy, we'll come in as nationals and take care of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, like, oh, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to do a service to myself and everybody else by working as hard as I can to make this shit come to life. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, at this point, they're just ideas. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I love talking about the ideas, but if I can't make this happen, then it's just empty words.
You got the qualified experience to do it. Like, I don't know anybody who ever been a part of no frat, or, like, even, like, paid attention enough in college to, like, pinpoint all these structures and like what's the word, like roles to play.
I'm so
and
glad
shit,
we did
you know?
this interview, bro, because like this, like I talk about this all the time, but I hate going over and over again, and so like having this out there is really important to me. So I appreciate that, bro.
I think it's important too for anyone listening or watching who's like interested in this opportunity to be like, oh shit, there's someone who's doing something like this, and all your shit will be in the description.
Please
hit
me up, bro. Like facts.
Yeah, click those links and tap in, bro.
Yeah, follow that Spotify too. You know how we will.
Literally, but like, I think it's dope. I think you're on like a great path, a great incline. Like I'm excited for the future for you.
I would love for you to be a part of it as well, bro.
Hell yeah. I would love, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like in all this that you're talking, I'm like, man, shit, I resonate with a lot of what you're saying, man. I would love the opportunity. It's dope.
Hell yeah.
But now, we've gotten a lot of conversation through. I think we're reaching towards a wrap up. But before I wrap it up, I want to ask you, is there anything you want to talk about that we might not have covered?
What's future plans for you?
Shit.
What are you working on? Future
plans for me, sustaining my household, trying to make it in this hard, cold capitalist world. However, like, I'm a real humble guy. I don't have like the biggest goals. I just I would like the opportunity to just make money off of what I do. And so,
I see that, bro.
So I don't have to sell my soul, And besides that, like, I like podcasting. I like talking to people.
I'd love to put your podcast on the TV network once I like get shit rolling.
That shit would be great.
If you'd be down for it, like, I'll give you whatever split. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've already been doing this, so we could program some of the old interviews as well as the ones you're doing like now, and you don't have to do this live. I'm gonna be broadcasting it live like a TV show,
but it's pre-taped,
but it's pre-tapes just like cable. You know what I'm saying? And so that just makes everybody's life easier. And then as you develop your podcast, you got your own business, and that's like what a TV network is. Like individual businesses just working together.
Once the money comes in, the shit could be upgraded. I kind of rocking with the same setup for like a year.
I love this couch.
Thank you.
It's a vibe. And the little knickknacks and props and stuff.
Yeah, bro. It's ever evolving. But yeah, bro. With the future, I just hope to honestly, like my hope. Besides the podcast, because I'm very podcast oriented for the last couple of years, but I do want to get back into the music and like really master my craft. No more YouTube beats or like anything like that. Like I really just want to be like a dignified, not even artist. I just want to be a dignified mind that people are like, yeah, I agree with this guy. The guy that's like, yeah, I agree with that opinion. Like, so that's me.
I agree. And like I can see, you're gonna be developing your podcast with every episode. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit.
I've heard of like this one plugin, I think for Final Cut, or it might be Adobe. Is that Final Cut? I don't know. But basically, it does like auto podcast like editing. So it'll like take the voice of who did what, and it'll just like switch the camera for you whenever you have like multiple angles, or even if it's the same shot. You just like frame it for different like
manually doing that shit is fucking difficult.
It's such a pain in the ass. I did a brief little like 3-4 episodes of a podcast back in the day, and then also adding the music in the background. If you do music in the background, is like especially when it's like an hour and a half worth of music. You're like, or like you need to find that much music. I'm like, fuck, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm looping the same shit over and over.
Facts, bro. If you ever need help with audio and stuff, I can offer my expertise.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really appreciate like the resource that you are as a human being. You're just like, I'm here and I'm here to work. Like that's
Facts, bro. I think it's important, bro. If you could be a service to others, that's what we're here to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how people will want to work for you too, or like, you know what I'm saying? That's how they really appreciate you, bro. Because like, yeah, bro. Everybody got dreams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Gangster. Yeah, bro. And so now, with everything said and done, leading towards a wrap up, Elevator, what do you got going on next day, week, month, year, century, or decade, century, millennium, or so? It doesn't have to be music related or anything related to what we talked about. It could be what you're eating for breakfast tomorrow.
Man, I don't know what I'm going to be eating for breakfast tomorrow, but one thing I do know for certain is that we're going to keep going up. That's just it, bro. Elevator going up to the ends of the earth, bro, to the ends of the universe, bro, past the firmament, bro, like all that shit, bro, like we
ozone layer
past that shit. Yeah, you already know the vibes. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, bro. Just going up, bro, and then traveling. Love traveling.
What's your like bucket list of like places to travel?
You know what, I got you right now, bro. I made my own list of 7 wonders of the modern world, bro. And I feel like because a lot of them have been destroyed,
oh shit, yeah.
Here's 7, and then some honorable mentions. So Grand Canyon, Niagara Falls, Cristo Rey in Rio, pyramids at Giza, Taj Mahal, Great Wall of China, and Easter Island.
Gangster.
And then also some honorable mentions: Big Bend in Texas, Japanese cherry blossoms, Machu Picchu, Stonehenge, the Blue Lagoons in Iceland, and Shangri-La.
Machu Picchu.
yeah,
Gangster.
man. Facts.
Yo, bro. I've been to the pyramids. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I want to ride a camel so bad.
Also really fun. It's cool. It's just there's a lot of scammers in Egypt, so you gotta be careful. But it's fun.
Buy a camel. Just buy my own camel.
Yo, facts. Should pull up my own camel. Be like, yo, I'm running the scams over here. Fuck out of here. But
Facts.
no, yeah, bro. It's been a really lit conversation. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yo, bro, and honestly, like, personally, you know, I'm really happy to like facilitate this episode and have all this shit because I think you're a really dope person. I knew that you were very driven and like very hardworking, and like I think more people should know what you're doing and what your plans are so they can get involved and so the shit can actually, we can get the ball rolling and like that's it, you know?
yeah.
We start everything.
Facts.
Man, this was Elevator, Culture Underground, Real Rage. Man, thank you again.
Sir.
Hell yeah. This was the Cult of Personality podcast hosted by yours truly, Mikeymcchoppa. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We might see you next week. We might see you, maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah. Shout out to the culty.
Hell yeah. Shout out to the cults, the culty, all of it. You know, cult vibes. I like that vibe. I don't know why. Like, I feel like people get thrown off by the cult name. They be like, a cult? Oh, I'm like,
Nah, I put it up front, bro, because people be like, oh, we got something very nice for you, and it's evil. So I pretend like it's evil, and it's actually really nice.
Right, exactly. You're just backwards psychology, reverse psychology. But anywho,
thank you guys.
this was Mikeymcchoppa. Free Palestine, peace in the Middle East.
Palestine.
Fuck ICE.
Fuck ICE.
What else am I missing? I don't know. World War III is not as imminent as we thought last week or 2 weeks ago. So just ponte pilas, yo. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Maybe not. Peace, peace.
Stay strapped.
Stay strapped.